Welcome back, Cage Junkies. We're here with a very special interview with CEO and founder of Bellator, Bjorn Rebney. Bjorn, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Happy.
Oh, that's good. So I got a couple questions for you. First off is originally you guys were doing the weigh-ins and weren't airing them. Then recently you guys started airing them on Spike.com.
Right.
Was this part of the greater negotiations that you guys had going on with Viacom, or was that separate from that?
Not so much part of the negotiation, just part of kind of the overall plan. You know, our connection to a digital universe, our connection to YouTube kind of stems back to the initiation point of the company when, you know, Toby Amata pulled off that amazing, you know, upside-down triangle against George Masvidal, and Yahir Reyes, Esteban Payan spinning back fist, and we started utilizing digital and the internet as kind of a marketing and distribution platform. So, you know, when we started to form the alliance about a year ago with Viacom and the folks at Spike and MTV, it was like, how can we touch our fan base, our consumers, where they live, which is online, on their phone, on their iPad, on their iPhone, etc. And it was just, that was a natural extension. I mean, tomorrow night's preliminaries are going to be on Spike.com. They're going to be on a series of different websites. They're going to be on Bellator.com. So it's about reaching our consumers where they live and where they get their info. You know?
Well, you know, it's like running Cage Junkies. We get the opportunity now to stream a lot of your content through our website. And I'm sure there's thousands of other guys doing the same thing, and it's getting you guys so much global awareness.
That's it. Yep.
Did the deal with UFC and Fox somehow influence you guys with your deal with Viacom, or was that totally separate?
You know, I mean, I think everyone kind of knew what was happening over an extended period. I mean, announcements are typically kind of the culmination of a lot of knowledge that you've had over an extended period. You know, and our the most recent announcements of us with our partnership with Viacom and our move to Spike and everything that we're doing has been a work in progress for literally the last year. You know, the UFC's move to Fox is terrific for them. I think it'll be, you know, it'll put mixed martial arts back on a network platform with a more stable and more successful enterprise than was there previously. And our situation now with Viacom and our ultimate movement to Spike is going to be great for us as well. So it's two major players in the space committed to mixed martial arts. I mean, it's great for us. Obviously, I think the Fox Alliance is great for the UFC. But, man, if you're a fan of mixed martial arts, it's really great for fans of mixed martial arts like myself, because you look at it and you go, wow, here's two entertainment conglomerates committed to this game long term. So. Well,
you mentioned Spike, and you guys are going on Spike next year. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's huge. You know, like UFC, they sort of built the house of Spike. You know, they started with Ultimate Fighter, and they since moved on to Fox, leaving you guys a tremendous window of opportunity here with Spike. How do you think that's going to affect your promotion?
It'll be great. I mean, it'll be spectacular. You know, there's always this chicken or the egg argument. Did Spike build the UFC, or did the UFC build Spike? And I think there's no question that they were both instrumental in the growth of both of their brands. I mean, if you're a fan of MMA like yourself and you've been around it for a long time, the UFC and the entirety of the understanding from consumers of mixed martial arts was almost non-existent from a crossover perspective until April of 2005, when Spike took a chance on the UFC in a very you know, limited outlay of funds and basically said, you know, we'll give this a shot. That was kind of the birth of mixed martial arts in terms of its crossover, in terms of sports fans looking at it, not just guys who'd been watching Pride or watching Hoist fight McGee. You know what I mean? It was literally the transition of this sport into the general market. So, you know, I think without Spike, we're not having this conversation. There aren't all of these different websites following the game. There aren't mixed martial arts and MMA don't mean anything to general market consumers. There still would be a hardcore group of MMA fans, but it would be a little teeny niche sport, you know, like cricket or something else of that ilk, as opposed to this monster that it is now. And I think a great percentage of that's due to what Spike did, the risks they took to carry the UFC. So I think they're the best in the business. I think we've got the best television alliance in the sport, and I count us as lucky. It will do some great things to the building out and the evolution of the Bellator brand.
Well, you came out of nowhere with Bellator in a sense that I know for you it was a lot of struggling and building up the brand and creating awareness for it. For the average fan, it was like out of nowhere. There's Bellator's on TV. It's everywhere. I'm seeing it every weekend. With your new deal with Viacom and Spike, are we going to see different shows in addition to the ones that you guys already are throwing?
Sure. There'll be a lot of shoulder programming. That's the kind of what MMA fans have become used to in terms of the Unleashed type of shows. greatest moments build up to fights, greatest knockouts, best submissions, highlights from specific fighters that have a great big fight coming up. All of that will be part of the package. All of that will be part of what you'll see when we make that transition, because that's what MMA fans want to see. They want to see that, but more importantly than that, they want to see live fights. The essence of what we're going to do on Spike is going to be live fights week after week after week, 25 to 30 of them per year, 2 to 3 hours, so that you know where you can go to watch live fight programming. It's not a reality show, and there's nothing wrong with a reality show. I watched The Ultimate Fighter on Spike for years, but ours is a real sport format, and that's really what we're going to do with Spike, is provide live sports programming, great moments that you can see as they occur week after week after week.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
What can we expect to see, like maybe like a super show on CBS or something like that, like a couple times a year?
At this stage, over the next period, our next season obviously is going to be on MTV2 and Epix, and we're going to do our prelims on Spike.com. When we make the transition to Spike, that's 100 million homes. It's a major, major cabler that obviously is where a lot of young male consumers, 18 to 34s, live.
They're used to getting their MMA there.
That's it. They're used to it. I mean, when you ask, 99% of mixed martial arts fans, if you just say TV MMA, what does that make you think of? They go Spike Network, because it's where we found our MMA for the last half decade. So, that will be the primary driver behind what we're doing. Now, there'll be some great cross-pollination across the MTV Network's family. So across MTV2 and MTV and different networks, you'll see stuff about our brand and our league. But for the most part, that Spike is going to drive that ship.